All right, so this is a really cool lesson, I think, to help you with your spread triads, inversions, voice leading, fretboard knowledge, even ear training. Um, that at least it helps me that way. So it's kind of like a multi-purpose exercise. So the what we want to do is we want to just take a major chord shape, and we're going to do spread triads. If you don't know what that is, you can still learn these shapes, and you can apply these to any triad, whether or not you're spreading them out, octavely. But here's a rule. So if you have an A chord, A major, I want to play every inversion and every chord that has an A note that's a triad. Okay. Um, so for major triads, there's going to be three. For minor, there's going to be three, and for diminished, there's going to be three that have an A note in it. There's only three that will have a root, and that would be the major, minor, and diminished. And of course, you have upper extensions that there would be a lot more shapes than just that. But for now, we're going to do the major, minor, and diminished. So rule of three, right? Because you have three notes. So go figure. And then here's how the rule kind of works here. Start with your major from its root position, and these will all be movable shapes. So I'm just playing a major chord there. Again, I'm omitting the D string for the sake of being a spread triad. If I go down and pitch a major third or a lower an octave third, that's going to be a F major. So that also has an A in it. And so I have A major, and then I have F major from its first inversion. That's this shape here. I'm omitting from playing the A string if you're not familiar with that shape. Okay, so A major, F major, and then from F, from this, I would go down a minor third, and that major chord is the other major chord that has an A note in it, and that's D major. So when I play that spread triad, that's D major from its second inversion. So again, A major, F, D major. That may be a sound that you've heard in some prog or like jazz kind of music. And that's what they're doing. They're dancing around, keeping one note the same, moving through those intervals. So those would be the three shape. And again, down a major third and then down a minor third. For the minor shapes, we're going to start with A minor, which for the spread triad, again, might be easier to play other voicings, but I have my first, fifth, and the flat third there. Okay. The rule would be go down a minor third, and that's going to give me F sharp minor. So that's another minor chord that has an A note in it. And that shape is like this. Okay, it's one note different than a D major. And then the other minor chord is going to be a major third away from this. So brings me back to D minor. So we have A minor, F sharp minor, D minor. That's the biggest stretch so far. Okay, so that's the rule there. And again, I'm practicing this exercise because I'm getting familiar with where these voicings are going to be. But I'm also kind of looking at this as I want to see how close together triads are as much as possible with the same notes for voice leading purposes. It also helps with improving arpeggios. It helps with composing. If you want to change the harmony behind the melody and you want to target an A note, you have all these chords, these triads at your disposal, and they're just like a little distance away. So now you go to your diminished. So we start with A diminished. That's going to be A, E flat, and C for A diminished triad, playing a spread triad. And for this one, it's a minor third back. So you would have F sharp diminished. First inversion is going to give you that shape there, which is also like a A minor add 13. I can't play it for some reason. And then I go back a minor third again to E flat diminished, which is E flat, A, F sharp. So, and that's going to look like the biggest stretch so far. Okay. So again, we have A major, F major, and D major. We have A minor, we have F sharp minor, D minor. We have A diminished, we have, F sharp diminished, and then we have E flat diminished. And as I move through those, I'm going root, first inversion of the next chord, second inversion of the next chord. Is just how that kind of maps out. So then what you can do is learn that from every string set. And of course, you can also just do your triads. They don't have to be spread triads. It'll be the same rule. You just have to learn where those, positions are at for the sake of learning, your different voicings. It also helps with, or the next part of this exercise that I like to do is I'll take a shape, so that's the E flat diminished, and I want to move as small amount of notes as possible to get to another chord that has an A in it. And again, this just helps with like voice leading and understanding what's going on with the harmonies there. So if I just come back half a step, I have D major. I'm not playing anything with my ring finger. Kind of looks like it on the camera. If I come in again, I have the first inversion of F sharp minor. If I go back another half step, I have the first inversion of F sharp diminished. And then I can keep those two notes the same and come here and have F major now, first inversion. D major, first inversion. A minor, A diminished, A major. So you start doing that, and again, these are all movable shapes. None of it's, if you started with B and you do the exact same exercise, then you have G, major third, go down, you have E minor, or E major. We're doing majors, yeah. So you can move that around anywhere.